Always a little bit busy, isn't it? Right, so hello YouTube. So it's been a week. I've been getting really bad at not uploading. Been really busy. Personal life's in a shambles. So here we are, another YouTube video. I thought today we could talk about one of my favourite subjects, and that is long distance travel on a naked bike. Yes, but you know, subject wise it's quite interesting though, because obviously the Honda Hornet 750 is a naked bike. It's about as naked as you can get. As you can see, there's nothing much to it. It's an engine, two wheels, and a bit of plastic and metal. That's all it is. The engine's quite a powerful engine, but you know, not many people have gone and done some of the miles that I've done on a naked bike like I have. I've done, you know, very many. As you can see, we're 6,655 miles into our journey on this Honda. I've not had a lot of time to ride it at the minute, apart from just work and commuting. As I said, I've got a little bit of stuff going on in my personal life, a little bit of upheaval. I know this is like a motor vlogging channel. Some people talk about their personal lives on their motorcycle channels, but I'm not comfortable doing that. But suffice to say, things aren't great at the minute. You know, so jumping on the old motorcycle is always a breath of fresh air. Always makes you feel a little bit better, I think, personally. You got to have the right headspace to be on one, though, for sure. So I think I feel alright. But you know, things, you know, when I'm on the bike, at least everything feels alright. Feels like things are going well. So, naked bikes, what they like to tour on, what they like for long journeys. I've made some absolutely long journeys on this bike. I've been to France twice, Belgium, been to Kent from the southwest. You know, this year I've taken journeys that take six and a half hours. You know, 7 hours of riding time. And the bike's held up, you know, really well. But as far as naked bikes go, what are the perils of using a naked bike for, you know, a long journey? I mean, recently, I'm not a fan of like adventure bikes or tourers or anything like that. Apart from the Goldwing, I love a Goldwing. But I had the privilege of riding someone's someone's Kawasaki Versus, and they call it a Honda Versus. Wouldn't be so lucky with it. But had a pleasure of riding one of those. That was a bit different. Well, he's going absolutely, look at that, slow down. Anyway, so there's a lot of, you know, it was different. We did a little bike swap, and I went on his, he went on mine, and we sort of rode around for a bit. It was very big. You know, this felt so small comparatively. You know, once I got back on this, I was like, what the hell, it's got a little 125. So that's pretty interesting. He said the same thing, and I thought he was being a bit disparaging, to be fair, but I've ridden his massive monstrous bike, which isn't actually too big in the grand scheme of things. I've ridden the Truck Tiger, which is a lot bigger, I think, a lot more taller. But there's something to be said for riding that bike long distance. I thought, my poor wife, when she's on the back of my my Hornet for those hours going to France, I can understand why it hurt. It's definitely not the most comfortable bike in the world, I'd imagine. Is it fun to tour on though, on a naked bike? I love it. You know, having a windscreen up, a windshield on that Versus was a bit strange. It felt like the wind was buffeting my shoulders, whereas like on this bike now, obviously there's no windshield, and I feel like the wind's just, I don't know, gently glides off. I don't feel, maybe I'm just used to it. Maybe I'm just used to being battered by wind, because I've only ever ridden naked bikes. And I like a naked bike, I just do. I just like the way they look, like the way that, you know, they're usually a bit more, you know, spry, you know, they're nippy. They're basically a sports bike with no fairings on, aren't they? So they've usually got quite a lot of power, whereas the Versus did not have any power whatsoever. It felt like it was it felt obviously accelerated for sure. You know, it was like 50 brake, I think it was, or something like that. It felt like 40-50 brake. It didn't feel that, it might be 70, I'm not sure, but it didn't feel like it was like a, you know, a rocket. It did not feel that at all. It felt like, it felt planted, it felt good, it felt like it could go. It just didn't feel like it could go like this does. This feels like it can go. The only problem with this bike is it's absolutely, I don't know what happened this week, but I put some Tesco like super unleaded or whatever it is, premium fuel, and I'm getting like 46 miles to the gallon. It's absolutely horrendous. That's usually at 15 miles to the gallon less than I usually get with Shell or anything else more premium, so I'm pretty disappointed. I mean, I got more MPG on normal unleaded than I did with this. This is like horrendous. They must have had a horrible batch in at Tesco's, so I don't know. I think I'm going to stop buying fuel at Tesco's because it's crap. Yeah, what was I saying? So as far as, you know, wind buffeting goes, if you're used to riding naked bikes, you won't notice it. But as soon as you start riding those bloody Tourers long distance, I don't think you can do the swap from a Tourer to a naked. I just don't think it works. I think you'll notice it too much. You'll notice just the wind and how it feels, and your neck and your back and the suspension, and you know, but because the Versus felt like it was planted stable. It felt like it was you know, like just planted. It was a bit rubbish at slow speed, like it's top heavy, like it could sort of just like wobbles a bit, whereas this feels like it's very planted. It's just two totally different bikes. I mean, as someone who's ridden a bike like this across the land, could I ride a Versus across the land as well? For sure. It would probably be a lot better for my poor wife, for sure, but I didn't like the seat felt a bit narrow on it. What's this guy doing up front? He's like riding his bicycle in the middle of the road. Get to the gutter, mate. Yeah, so like, can you ride a naked bike long distance? 100% you can. Has it got any negatives? If you're used to riding these sorts of bikes, then no. Like for instance, this particular bike is very good on speed and acceleration stuff, so you tend to feel like you're getting there quick. It's not great on fuel economy, I don't think, but you know, it is what it is, isn't it? So, you know, acceleration wise, as you can see, a little bit too good to be fair. Traffic lights, sake, mate, what's going on, bruv? Honestly, it's like these days the highway maintenance guys are just continuously doing something somewhere, aren't they? Can never get anywhere on time anymore, you know? But yeah, so I mean, I personally love a naked. I mean, who doesn't like being naked? But I can understand why someone might not want this sort of bike for a long distance ride, you know, but you got to be used to it. These sorts of bikes harden you, I think, to, you know, the elements, whereas like you can get some bikes that are absolutely a doozy to ride, like, you know, they're just so comfortable, they're just, you know, they're just like armchairs, aren't they? And if that's your thing, that's your thing. But you know, there's people out there that go around on C90s, you know, touring the ass out of the world on it, you know, and it's like, there's something to be said for me about using a bike, you know, touring on a bike that you shouldn't be touring on, you know. I had a monkey bike a while ago, and I was gonna go to Belgium on it. Unfortunately, I had to sell the monkey bike because I didn't have enough money to get this. You know, so I needed a bike that's more powerful for, you know, to take two up on. I mean, in hindsight, I mean, I could have gotten someone else, but the Hornet is sort of like an all-rounder. It's just you know, when you want it to be a fun machine, it's a fun machine. When you want it to tour, you can stick its panniers on and, you know, and probably, you know, upgrade the seats, something a bit more comfortable. You'd be alright, you know. It's not like the end of the world, you know. You know, it's got two wheels, it's got an engine, so it can take you from A to B. You know, it's the seating position for the pillion's a bit of an issue, I think, and so, you know, I'm lowering the foot pegs at the minute on the bike. Well, I say I'm lowering them, I'm trying to. you know, I haven't got around to it because, as I said, my personal life's in a shambles. But yeah, so it's one of those. It's one of those, really. It's like it's all to do with preference. So I'd say, like, there is no such thing as a bike that can do it all. You know, there is no such thing. You know, there's not an all-rounder like that can literally, you know. But is the Hornet the bike closest to being an all-rounder? Yes. But, you know, I think it's very comfortable for like a single tourer, for sure. Yeah, you can go miles and miles and miles on this. I've gone 3-4 hours straight without needing a rest. But part of me thinks that could be because I'm like used to it, you know, used to riding these sorts of bikes. You know, when you get used to a certain thing, you get used to a certain thing. What is he doing? When you get used to a certain thing, it hardens you, doesn't it? So, you know, the long and short of it is, you know, yes, a naked bike can tour. It can, and it has done many miles touring. Will you be the most comfortable? No. Are there comfortable bikes out there? Yes. What do you value more, comfortability or fun? If you value fun, then a naked bike can be the way to go, because you won't be bored when you're touring on a naked. Well, I'm a firm believer that you won't be bored anyway on a motorbike. I love all motorbikes, no matter what they are. So yeah. So the long and short of it is, riding on a naked, touring on a naked is fun. Is it the most comfortable? No. Is it doable? Yes. And, you know, I'm planning on doing the John O'Groats run on this soon. I'm gonna go from the bottom of Cornwall to the top of Scotland on that. Yeah, it's, you know, everyone's, you know, a lot of people have done that journey. I'm not the only person in the world that would have done it. However, I feel like it'd be a good little video series. I might have a bit of time off soon. Extended time off, so I might be able to do it. So I might do it just for a bit of fun. Yeah, it's probably take me, I'd say I'll take a week to do it. Not much a week to do it, but I'd like to stop and enjoy the scenic view, I suppose, you know. A couple of days, take 4 days I reckon to do it, so I'll probably do it. That's what I'm planning to do next. So if you've enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe, and any comments below. I did receive a comment in Italian the other day, which I replied to in Italian. I was quite proud of myself. Use Google Translate. Until next time, bon voyage, see you soon.